I recording? Yes, I am. Sorry. I'm just gonna restart this. Yo, what's good, everyone? I might leave that bit in, actually. But, yeah. So, I'm gonna be doing a little trade recap of my long today on EU. It's the 9th of March. Yeah, it was the fastest 100R that I've got. I don't think I've got 100R in a day either, anyway, so yeah, let's get right into it. We are looking at, obviously, on the 4-hour, we're like super bearish coming into this. This is my 4-hour swing. So obviously swept the high and then just been plummeting down. I didn't really manage to catch any of these longer term swing shorts, unfortunately, which is fine. I mean, I've just caught a pretty tasty trade today anyway, so I can't really complain. Yeah, so I only need a 15-minute change of character to start looking for trades, but like if you're looking for more swing positions, then you know a 4-hour change of character is kind of much more like sizable change of order flow. So we did actually get that here. We tapped the monthly demand, which I'll just quickly show you. It's a nice inside bar which is like fully engulfed. So yeah, I don't actually know what's gonna happen from this level. We're either gonna, this is like almost extreme demand of like everything, apart from this stuff down here. We might sweep this low and then hit something in here, but we're pretty bearish overall anyway, so gonna be interesting. Maybe all-time lows, and then we won't have any data to go off for longs or anything like that, so that'll be rather interesting. Yeah, anyway, we don't really need to look at that too much. So yeah, on the 4-hour change of character, kind of, this doesn't really apply to this trade, but you can see what caused the change of character here, like within these wicks. And then on the 15M, I imagine it's a decent bit clearer, but yeah, this is basically our 4-hour sell to buy range, and then price kind of slowly retraces back into it and then taps like a 30, or I don't know what time frame this is, but there will be something there engulfed on a time frame. But yeah, that's not the focus of this, so I'm not going to spend too long on that. But anyway, yeah, we continue exhibiting bullish structure and order flow. There was a really nice long, well, it wasn't really nice, but it was pretty nice. This morning, we like tap. There was actually an entry here, but I wasn't awake for this anyway. But yeah, that was nice. Just on the 5 seconds there, and then there was obviously another entry. Is that it? I don't know. Okay, yeah, that, I guess, depending on how you do it, it's pretty hard to get in on the seconds here, but yeah, you can go for something like that, and then obviously just targeting the high, because that is the expectational order flow. Was like, you know, we should take that. And yeah, so that's that. Let me actually get to my trade now. I'll go from there. So yeah, we basically, I think this is a 32. Yeah, it's super clean on the 32 minute. But like, what's happening is we reacted to the final kind of like area of supply up here. We flipped, took the high out, and then this becomes our new POI to trade off. And yeah, within that, so this is the previous high going up here. Obviously within that we've got this POI as a refinement, and this one obviously at the bottom, which just about gets engulfed. So yeah, those two are pretty clean. This is like the flip, and this is the extreme. I don't think we had a proper reaction. No, so we didn't really get a reaction. I don't think there's anything on the 5 seconds at all. No, just go straight through. So that makes it easier for us to like cancel out or yeah, effectively just avoid POIs. So in terms of liquidity, obviously there's not, it could have been better in terms of like a low being built here before we continued up, which there wasn't, but I was effectively, my liquidity profile was looking at, we take this high out, so there was some bullish price entering the market here, and then we swept the low which took out the high. So it's, yeah, like we took out buyers that were underneath here, or sell stop orders regardless, and then clearly exhibited a lot of bullish momentum away from here. I was a bit precarious is not the right word, but yeah, precautious of this zone, because it's like, it just looks so clean. Like, I don't know, I kind of expected maybe we would sweep this and then come down into like this, maybe, I don't know what this broke, but it reacted to something in here. But yeah, this was like super clean, and there probably was like a decent amount of buyers actually looking at this level to buy from. So I kind of thought maybe it'll get swept and then drop a bit lower, but yeah, it didn't. We actually had a pretty damn aggressive reaction. We got the first kind of sign of bullish intent here when this high went, and obviously this is our level of supply which broke down. We've got an initial reaction here, and then we've got a second little reaction there. Is my inside bar? Huh, weird. Oh well. Yeah, and then we break above, so we change character on 5 seconds, and we've got these two levels of demand which I kind of wanted to be mitigated for an entry, but that didn't happen. We just kind of kept continuing up, and this is where, like, if your trade idea is there and you're getting such aggressive PA, like, price often won't come back to well, the extreme is pretty damn unlikely for it to come back to in this case, once we've mitigated this high value POI to the left, and it might not even come back to these two or even 3 areas. This one wasn't that nice, to be honest, because it broke above. It didn't really react to any supply. It was just kind of a little area of demand, but it's not a proper flip, so I didn't like that as much. But what we saw happen instead was basically order flow on the 5 seconds and additional reactions to supply levels. So this obviously breaks this low. We've got a level of supply here. Really nice reaction, and then break above the whole level here, and then yeah, if you're looking at like inducement, obviously we've got these kind of lows built just before, and then yeah, so yeah, there's your inducement. We've just swept it into this POI. Now I want to see a confirmation that this is going to hold, because as I said, it could still come back down to one of these two levels. So I wouldn't be smacking a limit on this, but I'd be waiting for a 5 second change of character, which obviously you can see I've got drawn out here, and we get exactly that, change of character and a flip. So that is basically my entry criteria, and I just wanted to hit it as it came into this like flip area. I wasn't too worried about the extreme because it didn't really do anything. But like, you know, if you're actually like smart, you probably will cover the low because it can come to the extreme regardless. But yeah, there's just kind of a bit more confidence for the flip, and because it was so high, like such high momentum, I was kind of happy to play that. But yeah, if you're being smart, you would add like 0.2 pips onto your stop loss or whatever, and then just cover the low. Which I almost did myself in here, to be honest, because yeah, so price was coming back down, and I market executed like, yeah, around here. Obviously I got filled at 09542. I did actually use a slightly bigger stop loss than I do usually. I used a stop loss of 1.2 pips instead of 1 pip, just because like the recent market volatility has been absolutely insane. Like the average daily range has just skyrocketed compared to yeah, previous price action like a month ago. So yeah, I just used a little bit extra, and while the volatility is like this, I might continue using like 1.2 pip or something like that, just because 1 pip looks absolutely like minuscule in this kind of price. So, and boy am I glad that I used a 1.2 pip stop for this, because it literally, I have no idea how I stayed in, to be honest. Like, usually my broker does me in and tags me out when like my SL is like down here. Nah, not quite that much, but yeah, the fact that I did actually stay in this is rather, I mean, I would be pretty upset if this if I got tagged out, to be honest. But yeah, we're just about all good. So yeah, I got risk free like at this high or something, and then my first TP was the 15-minute high, which you can see here, obviously following expectation order flow. As I mentioned before, if you took the long down here, you just target the high. Well, for partials at least, if not full TP, depending on how you want to trade. But yeah, so I took 80% off at the high, because I wasn't, oh, I was going to say, it like barely misses premium discount, which was unfortunate in terms of, well, you know, the actual POI is just about in discount, so it's got that going for it. But yeah, it doesn't, it misses like actual premium discount by 0.5 pips or so. But yeah, anyway, yeah, so targeting the high, I went out for a bike ride round here. I think I was actually looking for a hedge from like this level, because of this like aggressive reaction to, so basically it reacted to this level of supply, and yeah, the only reason I would look for shorts is because we had this 15-minute change of character, so order flow shifted bearish, but structure is still bullish. So yeah, so, and we got a 1-minute change of character away from it. So I was looking for like an entry in there, but it didn't give me one. So yeah, like within here, but there was no change of character. So I left it and went out for a cycle, and then I came back when it was like just about to take the high out. I literally got back like here, and then it hit TP, which was nice coming home present. So yeah, that was like 80% of my volume off at 32R. Then, and it looks hilarious, that first TP, like when you see where price is now. But yeah, that was my plan, and it's logical. And yeah, the second TP, it's not really based on anything at all. It's just because it was 100R and I didn't want to let like 20% slip away from me, and I hadn't hit 100R in ages, so I just felt like I'll just give myself a little bit of the volume off that. And my final TP for this trade is this 4-hour supply for 200R, which, if you look here, kind of makes sense as a POI to come to. I actually think, to be honest, we could come up here and like sweep this high, because if you look at this previous range, we didn't we took out the low, like we didn't react to any demand down here. The last kind of reaction to the demand of like literally this whole range was basically this, which gets swept by this, and then after that is basically this up here. So I could see us coming up here for sure. Like, I don't know if we will, but yeah, I think this is a decent kind of area for the rest of my the rest of my TP. And yeah, that is about it, to be honest. I don't really need to go over too much, but yeah, that was a pretty decent Wednesday for me. I'll say that. So obviously, as usual, if you have any questions, just drop them in the Discord and tag me. And yeah, cheers for watching, guys. I hope everyone has an amazing rest of the week. And I shall speak to you later. So yeah, in a bit.